Hi everybody, welcome to the Rideshare Chef. My name's Alex, and it's the day after Christmas 2018. Hope everybody's holiday hangover isn't too bad. Wake up this morning, hope you didn't imbibe too much last night or your credit card bills aren't too high. I know my kids made out like bandits. My 9-year-old son got a couple of new video games, and I checked on him periodically just to make sure he's still in his room, but I'm not sure he's eaten or gone to the bathrooms. It's about 10 a.m. yesterday. Other than that, I'm heading to the car wash, about to get my day started here for this post-holiday rideshare driving. Yay! This is your first year driving as a rideshare driver. I got news for you. It's gonna be slow. Best thing you can do is just go out here and trudge. Take the rides, take all the rides, even if the drive is longer than what you're used to taking. A lot of us as rideshare drivers, won't pick up a regular ride more than 10 minutes away. For an XL ride, for me, my max is kind of 15 minutes away. But I know with this time of year, people are all unwrapped their Christmas presents yesterday and realized, oh my God, I really spent that much money. Yes, you did. And New Year's Eve is coming up next week. I got to make sure I, save money for that. So then you got a lot of people just out of town. You got a lot of people, celebrating, a lot of people off from work. It's going to be slow, folks. Just go out here, trudge, make what you can. Don't fall into the trap that as a rideshare driver, I can set my own hours and work when I want to, and it's really slow, so I'm not going to go out, and then wonder at the end of the week why you don't have any money. Again, trudge. That's the word of the week, trudge. To slog on, as the British would say. So just a little commentary here. They say 80s fashion we're back. I didn't believe it. Hadn't seen a lot of it, but I just picked this girl up wearing parachute pants, tight rolled at the ankle, red Converse Chuck Taylors, red spaghetti strap tank top, midriff showing, hoop earrings, big hair. Girl looked like a refugee from Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo. And that's how you know you're a real 80s child, because the subtitle was Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo. We got to save the community center. Let's dance. Dance on the bulldozer. Dance on the wrecking ball before Miley Cyrus made it dirty. Because the 80s are back. Yay, 80s. I will never understand why it is when it's all cloudy and gloomy, it feels slower than it actually is. I mean, granted, this is the week leading up to New Year's Eve. It's not exactly busy. And, I'm probably about $10 behind where I should be, for the number of hours I've been on the road. But just right now, it feels like I've been out here forever. And I'm getting no rides and I'm making no money. But I do the math and I'm like, okay, I'm $10 behind. It's not that bad. Best piece of advice I've got for you is just try and stay positive. And believe me, on the gloomy, rainy, haven't seen the sun in 12-hour days, and the forecast here is for rain all week, which means, by Saturday, Sunday, it's going to feel awful out here. We're in the business of paying bills. So in the business of paying bills, you got to go out and work. You got to go out and make money. And I'm acknowledging that it sucks when the weather sucks. And now I'm getting ready to do one of those things that most times during the year I'll recommend don't do. I'm going to go hang out at the airport. Granted, the queue at the airport isn't that long right now, at least for the Louisville airport, and this varies depending on what city you live in, what market you drive in. Louisville airport, if there's generally speaking more than 10 cars in the queue, don't go, because you're going to be out here for hours. All right, well, I was going to go hang out at the airport, and then I got an XL ping. Yay! So now I'm on my way to that. So I pick up this family of 5, right? And they get in the car, and I confirm the destination. It's like 25, 30 minutes away. I'm thinking, yes, XL, long distance, here we go. And I confirm the destination with them, and they're like, yeah, we're going to the Waffle House. I'm like, dude, there's a Waffle House 5 minutes down the road. And he's like, well, my nephew works there, and we're in town for the holidays, and he's the only one we haven't seen, so we're going to go see him one way or another. Like, okay, fine, whatever. I'll drive you 30 minutes to the Waffle House. So, nice, uneventful journey. And we get there, pull up to the parking lot, and as I'm opening the doors to let them out, he's like, man, I hope he's at work today. I'm like, wait a minute, you guys had me drive you out to, the furthest country Waffle House I could find to see a man who works here, and you're not even sure he's at work? I mean, that ride was $45. You paid more for that ride than what 5 of y'all are going to spend on your food, and you don't know if the man is at work? But I don't judge, because I got my share of that. Stopped, grabbed me some lunch, and now I'm back on the road. But seriously, you're going to drive 30 minutes from your hotel and spend a bunch of money. Should have at least called. Like, hey, is Johnny at work today? Something. So I picked those people up again, and this time, instead of going back to their hotel, they went to the other end of town. So another big ride for them, another big cash out for me, and sometimes you get lucky like that. So luck be a lady tonight. Especially when you're a XL vehicle driving during the day. So far I'm on good money for today. I'm enjoying it. Well, it's a rainy Monday morning, New Year's Eve 2018 here in Louisville, Kentucky. I wanted to check in one final time before I publish this week's video, and just say, because I wanted to add one more highlight of my week. Something happens once, it may or may not be a highlight, because this happened last week before I put the video up. But it was just the one time. Although it was funny, it didn't make the video. But when it happens twice, well, that's noteworthy. Because this past week has been the week of the naked men. The first naked man was late last week. This poor pasty white boy standing on the corner of a busy interstate intersection, wearing Ugg boots, a star-spangled Speedo, and a sign that says, I suck at fantasy football. And this, boys and girls, is why I don't join fantasy football leagues. Because I'm just competitive enough that I would be like, yeah, I'll do that, sure. And, because there's no way I'm going to lose. And then that's my big, fat, hairy butt standing on a street corner in Ugg boots and a star-spangled Speedo. And nobody wants to see that. Nobody. The other naked man, well, he's just your average naked man, all hopped up on something. I was rolling down the street, and I looked to my right down a side street because I caught some movement here. And I look, and there's this man standing with his shirt off and boxer shorts on and his pants down around his ankles. And he's just all dancing in the middle of the street. And me and my passengers just looked at him and said, that man's got a date with Louisville Metro Police Department. And sure enough, he did, because when I dropped those passengers off, picked up somebody else, and happened to be going back down that same street to get to where we needed to go, looked over, and there were 3 patrol cars, a half a dozen officers, and that man, thank God, with his clothes on. Because nobody wanted to see that. So I hope that man got the help he needed. I hope white boy in his star-spangled Speedo figures out how to read statistics and drafts better next year, because he looked miserable. It was a cold day in Louisville that day, and yeah, it was bad. So with it being New Year's Eve, I thought I'd share with you the story of my very first New Year's Eve driving. I was still working in the restaurant then, but I decided to go out and try and make some extra money. It was New Year's Eve after all. So we finished up the shift at the restaurant. I got behind the wheel and my brand new, Uber sticker in the window, and I was happy because I was a brand new driver. I was a little baby driver. But I managed to be lucky and get cut before midnight that night. So I'm out, I'm driving, and I get my first passengers and I take them back. They decided to call it a night before midnight. Lightweights. And so I get a call for another pickup. So I come back in and I get to the pickup spot. There's nobody around. I'm a brand new driver. I don't know what to do. So I call and there's no answer. And I call again and there's no answer. And right about that time, the clock struck midnight. Now this was probably a less than savory neighborhood. As the clock struck midnight, that little neighborhood here in Louisville, Kentucky, turned into downtown Baghdad, Iraq. I start hearing gunshots, pow, 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 rat-a-tat-tat, all this noise going on over my head. And so, yeah, I freaked out. I canceled the ride. I booked it out of there. That guy could call somebody else to pick him up. My very first New Year's Eve as a rideshare driver, second ride of the night. Nope, canceled on him. Nobody's worth a bullet. Nobody. The one thing I've never understood about these people firing their guns off into the air is ammunition costs money. I mean, unless it's stolen, of course. But I mean, that's pow, 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 dollar bill, dollar bill, dollar bill. Just throwing money away, just shooting it up into the sky. Light it on fire. I want to throw money away. I'll go bet on horses. We have horse racing here in Kentucky. And from what I understand, people aren't very good at it. I know I'm not very good at it. People I pick up from the track always say, oh, I lost a bunch of money. Well, there you go. You want to throw money away? Churchill Downs will be happy to take it from you. Until next time, guys, I'm Alex. I'm the Rideshare Chef. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Facebook, tip your servers, tip your drivers, and I'll see you out on the road.